Hello everybody, Muffin here. This video is going to be a bit scuffed, but it is going to get all the information that I need done on here. So let's go through first. What information does the doc have that's important? Pretty much all of the important information before the draft is going to be in the Edits tab and the All Players tab. What is important? Um, the class of a character, the ability of the character, and the hitting trajectory of the character. Um, what does that mean? Some of this information here, some of the information on the preferred pitching or in the preferred position needs to be updated, but for the most part, let's go into it. What does a class of a character do? A class of a character is a it is going to be what their tendencies are. For example, a power class character is going to charge hit the majority of the time. A speed class character is going to slap hit a majority of the time. That means they're not going to charge up, they're just going to swing. A technique character is going to use their star abilities a lot more often. And a balanced class character is going to be a little bit of a mix of all three. And abilities, there is a little legend at the bottom here that show kind of what these abilities are, and it describes all of them. So if you're curious about the abilities, here's a quick description of all of them. The things that I will say is that for your shortstop and your second baseman, it is important to have super dive, piranha dive, or any of these magical catches, magical catch, tongue catch, hammer throw. These are super important to have in your infield. Other than that, the rest of them are just kind of helpful. But these are the more important ones. For you want at least two of these. But that is the most important thing. That's kind of the information you can see on the All Players tab. You have a generalized thing on their stats. Pitching stamina is also important. It means how long can they stay on the plate. But let's move on to the Edits tab. What kind of information can you find here? A lot of it is overwhelming. Firstly, these numbers here, unimportant. These were helpful for me when building the patch. I needed to know how many lines of code were needed. For the rest of it, all of the numbers like here and here, completely unimportant. You don't need to know anything about it. What are these colors? These colors are for Miis. So that is all they matter for. So a red Mii will have chemistry with all of the characters in red here. So it helps you link. If I wanted to link Mario and I wanted to add Red Critter on my team, but I had Mario, I'm able to just grab Red Critter, grab a Mii, and now I have a chem link to add that character into my team. It is just a nice little thing that you can do to help add chem links. But for that, these characters do not have chemistry with each other. They just have chemistry with red Miis. So keep that in mind. Other information you can find in here. Is it on this one? I don't think so. Is the patch notes, which we will go through in 1 second. One last thing in the All Players tab. There's a chem chart down here. Every character that is linked by a line has chemistry. So let's take Baby DK, for example, Baby Kong. He has chemistry with Tiny Kong, with Funky Kong, with Dixie Kong, with all of these babies, and Yoshi. Captain Yoshi and regular Yoshi are different. They have slightly different chems. Captain Yoshi has the PD Piranha chem and all of the rest of the chems. Regular Yoshi has the rest of the chems. But if you want to know, hey, who does Shy Guy have chemistry with, for example, you can just take a look at Shy Guy and look at the lines that he has. You'll see he has lines to these 4 characters. So that's another thing that you can find in this tab. But yeah, for now, let's go straight into the balance patch. Let us start with the adjustments here. Waluigi is no longer going to be a captain, and his class will be changed to speed. This means that he's going to use his slap hits more, which are really good, and his pitches will curve. He'll throw curve pitches a lot more, which is really good. Diddy Kong is just going to lose his captain. This doesn't really affect him at all. It doesn't really change anything. Ice Bro is going to become a captain now. Actually, oops. Ice Bro is going to become a captain now. He's taking over Waluigi's place, and King Boo is going to become a captain now, taking over Diddy Kong's place. These two are our new captains. All Piantas will become power class. That means that they are going to be charge hitting a lot more often instead of slap hitting. It also affects their pitching a little bit as well. Monty Mole will be technique class. He is just going to star hit more. That's the only thing that'll be different about him. He was already speed class. The slaps will be the same. But now he will be technique class. Luigi is now getting an extra stage to his captain stage options. Since Luigi didn't get any buffs this season, we felt it would be a little bit fair if he had another stadium to pick from, because his current list of stadiums was quite bad. Just being Luigi's Mansion. Critter, King K. Rool is losing his Critter Chem and getting boosted stats. That means he only has Chem with King Boo, and reasonably in a draft, those should never be picked together anyway. There should be no way that those two get combined. But he now has, I believe, the highest hitting in the game, but he has no chemistry. So a little bit of an interesting dynamic there. That is going to be a part of our trend where the winning team will have their core nerfed in some way coming into the next season. Hopefully adding a little bit of parity and making sure that you can't just run it back every time. And Peach is going to be speed class. This is just going to hopefully help her pitching out a little bit. She's still going to be terrible. Up next, let's go to the buff lists. We have Tiny Kong getting Super Dive. This is an infielder ability. It should help her play on second and shortstop. The Kong's got a decent chunk of buffs in this patch. Just a lot of minor small things to help them around the edges. I felt like the Kong team had been really struggling a little bit more than they should have, even if they assembled a really good version of their team. The biggest buff the Kong team got was to Baby DK. He's now going to be medium trajectory and speed. One of the biggest things a character can get, one of the biggest buffs they can get is a trajectory change. Going from low to medium traj, from my testing, has been a pretty massive buff to this guy. Plus speed, so he should be better as an outfielder. PD Piranha, increased contact size and slight hitting increase. These are extremely slight buffs to PD. This should just help make PD teams feel a little bit less reliant on PD shouldn't have as many off nights now. But overall, this is a pretty minor buff. This doesn't really change too much. Fire Bro or now Ice Bro getting increased hitting stats. This is just a little bit to go with his captain thing. Just across the board, basically, he got a little bit of increased stats. King Boo, the overall most buffed character by far. High trajectory, massive buff. His hitting, the biggest hitting buff we got, I think, went from 74 or something to 90, which is equal to Donkey Kong's hitting. And we removed hit curve, which is like, it means that his ball curved a lot more in the air. Overall, it's a nice buff for him. Mario, he has gotten, all three of these characters got high trajectory. They used to all be medium trajectory. Should be pretty substantial buffs to all three of them. We have Blue Critter, a batting alignment with the other critters. Normally, Critter was 6 hitting. This Critter is back to, this was the worst Critter by far. He now is the second best Critter because he kept his pitching stats. His pitching is still not good, but he did keep his pitching stats, so he's technically better. But he has been aligned with brown and green Critter stats, which in our league is purple and orange. So his stats have now aligned to those stats. Boomerang Bro now has high trajectory, a nice little buff. Magic Koopas now have 65 stamina for all of their pitching, so they should be able to pitch longer. Since Miis will no longer be allowed to pitch which I will include in the nerf list. Miis will no longer be allowed to pitch. They're just going to be banned from pitching. There's no way to change their stats, so they're just banned. So Miis, this should help alleviate some of that. Some teams can get Magikoopas to pitch for them now. Yoshi, this is going to be a slightly worse version of Yoshi than what we saw last season, but overall still a consistently good on base character. King Boo also got 75 stamina, pitching stamina. Baby Daisy got 54 pitching stamina. This was supposed to put her in line with Baby Luigi's stamina, but actually, I'm dyslexic and read 45 is 54, so she now has more. The Nokis all got medium trash, which makes them decent hitters. This is quite a substantial buff. I'm hoping to see that Nokis aren't just the guys that are left over at the end of the draft. We'll see if that works. Baby Mario got super jump. This should help close the distance between him and Baby Luigi. Baby Luigi was a significantly better player. Baby Mario should help get a little bit closer with super jump. Funky Kong, extremely minor buff. Got a little bit of contact size. Felt like he was underperforming the last few seasons. So this should help him out. And Yoshi's with medium trajectory. These are the two, and then the big nerfs. Miis can no longer pitch, which is really the only nerf that'll be done this season. And one more adjustment that hasn't been added. The way the lineups can be adjusted is going to be changed this season. You will no longer be able to adjust your entire lineup every pitching change. You'll be very limited. There will be a rules doc explaining that more, or a post explaining that more in depth soon. But let's go with the apostrophe S. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's go with the chemistry changes. All of these characters now have adjusted chemistries. So Luigi, keeping his chemistry with Toads that we gave him last season. A lot of characters got chemistry with Dry Bones. Bowser Jr. and King Boo got chemistry with Dry Bones this season. Yoshi, Captain Yoshi specifically, only Captain Yoshi, got chemistry with PD Piranha. King Boo lost chemistry with Wiggler, but gained chemistry with all of the Magikoopas. This should help him because it felt like a lot of the time the King Boo team was over-reliant on getting Boo. And with a little bit of increased Boo competition, he now is in a position where he doesn't need Boo. He won't be totally screwed if he doesn't get Boo. So that should help the King Boo team out a chunk. Monty with Boo, I thought he already had this chemistry. We just put it in because it felt right. Daisy now has chemistry with the Critters because King K. Rool lost chemistry with the Critters. And Daisy has a community nickname of Orange Critter. So we felt it was right. And King Boo got chemistry with the Shy Guys as well. That is all of the major changes this season. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys all tomorrow for the draft order. Peace.